Welcome everyone to this week's edition of the GSM's Pride Spotlight. I have a returning guest, that would be Eric Merz.
Thanks for having me back. Absolutely.
So this time, obviously, the first time we did it, it was kind of more getting to know you, catching up with you. This time is more to see what progressions happened since we last talked, things that are going on new, things that are going on we've changed a little bit, all that, just that kind of stuff. So how's things going down there?
Things are wonderful down there. We're moving forward, making some little changes here and there, and it's paying off really big.
Yeah. So you've done some changes on the process for the technicians, right?
Correct.
And how's that working out?
It's like night and day. It's
Really?
working out a lot better for the technicians. They've got they're carrying all the workload, and they're buzzing through work a lot faster.
And so how do you like that wall that we did down there with the where we put the ROs? Is that something that you like or dislike?
I love it. I think it works out great. The technicians can still look at all their tickets and plan out their day.
Yeah.
They can look at it and they'll have two slots, one with stuff that needs diagnosed and another one with things that they have parts here for.
Yep.
So depending on what the technician's got going and where our schedule is, I can tell the technician, you've got 5 ROs with parts here, get them all done, and then start diagnosing. I'll have 5 hanging up whenever you're done. By the time they get those diagnosed, the parts start shuffling back in, so it just keeps moving forward.
Yeah, it keeps the process churning.
Yeah, instead of fixing all your stuff and then not having any parts, you fix everything, you diagnose everything, and it just keeps the ball constantly moving forward. It's been wonderful.
So I did want to talk about something that hasn't worked that we tried. We had Mike here the idea was to try and cut down some time between the technicians going to get the cars and put them on the rack because of the way our building lays out. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think that didn't work out so well?
I don't think everybody utilized them as much as they should have.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think anybody it just takes a couple minutes to just get them on the radio. We had radios everywhere, or to send me a message, I can get them on the radio. We just didn't utilize them like we needed to.
Yeah.
I think it was a really good opportunity.
Do you think the technicians just didn't see the value in it, or do you think it was more of an opportunity for them to take a breather? What do you think it was really for?
I would believe that it is an opportunity for them to take a breather. Part of my day is taking a breather. Going for a walk around the building, going for a walk through the shop, just taking 5. So I understand if it was a breather for them, but I think a lot of the guys, if they would have just made the first call to him and had him do it one time, they would have realized, they don't have to use him all the time, but he is there and it does help out quite a bit.
Yeah, because it was a shame that Mike actually ended up leaving. And it wasn't on bad terms, it's just because we couldn't keep him busy enough was the problem.
That man stayed very busy.
And I really thought that was a good
going.
role that we had, but it just didn't seem to click for some reason.
Mm-mm.
It's a shame. What about the new role that we are looking out for? So if anyone's interested, please reach out. But for someone to communicate with the advisors and the customers when we're just give them an update.
I think that would be a great role. I think everybody has a lot of responsibilities going on throughout the day, and I think the customers, our business always changes, and I think the customers change too to a certain extent. They've always wanted updates. However, somebody who's constantly giving them updates or 1 or 2 calls a day makes a big difference as compared to 10 years ago. Customers weren't so, I don't know, I won't say desperate. They weren't so needed of their vehicle every time it came in the shop. So I think it would be great because it
I
meets
can't
their
wait to get someone
expectations
in that role. I think it's going to be good for you to have that kind of in between to communicate with the advisors if you can't find them, then they can pass it on, that kind of stuff. What about the advisors? We've had a little bit of a turnover on the advisors. How do you feel the current team that we've got is going?
I still think we've got our great core team. We're just looking for that missing piece.
Yeah, because right now we're down to 3.
Yep.
Obviously, because someone didn't work out. But what about Brad? Is he doing good?
Brad's doing wonderful. Yep.
It's just I hope he sticks around because of that travel.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a big difference compared to the dealership he came from, but he handles it well. And we always tell him, hey, if you get stressed out, if you get overwhelmed, just come and talk to us, or we'll go for a walk with you or something, because it is a lot to take in if you've never done it before.
Yeah. How's morale down there lately? Is it pretty good?
Morale's fantastic.
Now they've got the hot dog roller?
Now that they've got the hot dog roller is, I told my family on Friday night, it's amazing that a hot dog roller would change everything in service for a little while. But, everybody's talking about everything they can make on it. Everybody's bringing food in. Like constantly, it's cooking right now. It's been going since probably 8 o'clock.
So we do a continuous improvement meeting once a month, and came out of nowhere, and I've always been of the mind if it's not very expensive, let's just do it and keep everyone happy. And a hot dog roll came up, so I bought one, and it seems to have been like the best thing ever.
Yeah. Probably this fall you're going to need to get us an exercise bike or a treadmill.
Well, actually, July 4th, I think we're going to do our very own hot dog eating contest.
Well, they're training down there. I promise you they're training.
Well, we know Zach is for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they can put away some hot dogs.
So if you need a tip on how to get your technicians motivated, buy them a hot dog machine. It works wonders.
It's something they asked for, and then you gave it to them.
Yeah.
And I think that part alone is huge for them, no matter what it was that they asked for, that you gave it to them, but then that, for some reason, just pulls everybody together.
Yeah, and that's kind of the idea at the end of the day, we ask a lot of everybody in this dealership. It doesn't matter what role it is. And sometimes it's nice just to get that $100, $200 gift back that just gets everyone motivated again.
Absolutely.
It really doesn't make any, it's always baffled me that general managers, owners, whatever, have always said no to small items like that can make such a big difference. Mm-hmm. As long as they're not standing around it all damn day and messing around with that thing. But it just seems that they knock it on in the morning and get everything warmed up for lunchtime.
I do smell like a hot dog every time when I get home, so my dogs are really happy to see me whenever I get home.
He gets surrounded. Go home, it's like Ace Ventura when he gets home, all the animals come towards you.
I smell like I worked at Quick Trip all day, pretty much.
That's funny. So how's things for you? Everything going good for you personally? Is it outside work and inside work?
Absolutely. I can't complain. I'm getting married in October.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've got sorry about that. I've got a new Super Duty ordered. You guys know that, so I'm looking forward to towing the boat with that.
And an Expedition too.
Yeah, and an Expedition.
Yeah.
So
keep that debt.
We're taking the plunge, but now there's no better time than now to order one. So we did.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yep, can't complain at all. It's almost time to start fishing.
Yeah. Whereabouts you go fishing mostly?
Carlisle Lake or the Mississippi River.
Oh, you do on the river?
Yeah, catfish.
What catfish out of there? Mm-hmm. Whereabouts on the river do you
go? Usually it's north of Alton, north of the Alton Dam.
And pretty good fish in there. Mm-hmm. What's the biggest catfish you bought? You caught?
The biggest catfish I've caught's only been about 20 pounds.
That's pretty big.
But there's 80, 90, 100-pound fish in there.
Yeah.
So me and my soon-to-be wife, we're gonna start fishing catfish tournaments together.
What do you use to fish for them?
Usually we'll take a throw net and catch bait, and then just chop them up and use chunks of bait.
Like usually.
Yeah, like we've got a cutting board on the boat where we just do it all right there on the boat.
You go on the boat too, on the Mississippi.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful you don't get whacked by some floating logs.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff floating down that river.
There is. I used to take my bass boat on there a lot, so I kind of learned my lessons and I learned what to look for and everything. So I know how to be careful now, but I didn't when I first went on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it can get messy down there, can't it?
You got to have a lot of respect for the river.
Yeah, that water in general, you got to have a lot of.
Yeah.
Do you sea fish much? Do you ever get jumps in?
I've never been able to do that.
Never sea fish?
No, I've never saltwater fished. I look forward to it one day, but have not done it yet.
Well, now you got two really expensive cars, you might not ever get to do it.
Well, I'm not done on the river, so I'm not done until I get that 100-pounder.
Yeah, keep going on that one. Any changes coming down the pipeline that you think is going to be good in the shop?
Summertime's coming, so we're really getting ready to hit the ground and take off. Summer's our busy time of year.
How's things with parts?
Parts department's great.
The department I'm talking about.
Parts in general we're kind of in the same situation last time we talked. There's a lot of big parts that are just not available at the time. Yeah. Engines, transmissions. So.
What about my wiring link from my Expedition?
That's not still available. But the one, and it doesn't help the customers, but it does help us. Is we can get a lot of vehicles diagnosed and parts ordered. And then we might wait for 3 days, we might wait for 10 days, or we might still be waiting for a part, but it does help us get a lot more vehicles in the shop and get looked at. Because we don't have parts the next day to put them on, we can at least get everybody an answer on their vehicle and say, hey, this is what's going on. So,
and just for those people who are watching at home right now, not just my store or here, but keep in mind parts is a big problem that most shops are having. They may look at your car, but it doesn't mean they're going to get it fixed. So just keep that in mind when you call yelling.
Yeah, we're just kind of at their mercy of all these vendors and Ford and everybody to get them to us.
One thing I did want to talk about, your future stepdaughter, I guess, is working for us in sales, and she's having a really good month. How's that going over with your soon-to-be wife? Is she, she proud of her?
She's very proud of her. She's very proud of her. She's got the opportunity. She's a wonderful young lady, and she's got the opportunity to really put a name out for herself if she keeps doing this.
And she was on the cusp there, but then all of a sudden it clicked, and now she's crushing it.
Very proud of her.
Good for her.
It's nice to see somebody else in the car business, in the dealer business. Just know somebody else is out there grinding like we are every day. It's nice to be able to have to talk to somebody else, and she can kind of explain to her mom how everything's going. So she just doesn't think I'm making this stuff up whenever I get home on a Friday and I'm just beat up. Yeah. So it is nice that she can kind of reinforce everything that's going on too. But it's really wonderful to see her do great.
And you generally like working here, right?
Love it. This is the fourth dealer I've been at. This is the best place I've ever worked.
You're only just saying that because you're on camera with me.
No, I mean it. I said that. If you look at my old one, I said that last time.
I know you did. That's why I'm asking you again.
No, I absolutely love working here.
Well, we like you being here.
Like I said last time, I love all the challenges you guys put in front of me, and push me farther, push me harder. So.
Well, I definitely appreciate everything you do for us, Eric.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you always looking out for me, taking care of me too.
Well, I think that's all I got for you. Got anything else you want to touch on?
No. Till next time. There's going to be a third episode.
Yeah, there's got to be a third episode. So, appreciate you watching. As always, over at Fusz Ford, we can replace the car, not the customer. And I'll see you all next week.